Buck B Money podcast number 14. What's the date today?
It is
Oh, I went past midnight, so it's tomorrow.
January 27th.
January 27th, 2021. We're living in Joe Biden's America, and we're loving life. I'm here with Rose Clarity, like always. I hope you can hear us. Do you want to do your normal sound check, or should we we're just going to assume the sound is good. We know it's good. We've done this too many times. It's all exactly the same.
Let's do a quick check.
Okay.
Let's do a quick check just in case.
Make sure you say
never
something
know if
interesting.
Something is messed up.
Yeah,
You
say
wanna make
something
sure it's
really
okay,
interesting.
You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, we sound good.
cool.
We sound fine.
All right, badass. Let's see.
All right.
So how you doing today? How's your day been?
It's been pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, what did you eat today?
We had some, I think it was bean and bacon soup for dinner.
Oh, that sounds delicious. Tell me about it.
It was and some whole wheat toast and stuff. It was just some canned soup.
Oh, that's amazing. Bean and bacon, though.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
a
bean and
canned
bacon.
soup, bean and bacon?
What?
It was cans of bean and bacon soup?
Yeah, we heated up a few cans of them together and we all had some. So.
That's cool. That's delicious.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of a 7-day fast. And I started on Sunday evening, and right now we're turning the corner on Tuesday evening into Wednesday. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go till Sunday.
Hmm.
That's going to be my longest fast ever. And I definitely am going to stick with it. I'm very excited about my fasting. And I'll keep updating you on how I'm doing.
Okay, good luck with that.
Yeah.
I don't fast.
Oh, I know you don't.
We had this discussion.
Yeah, what else did you have to
I'm
eat
not-
today? Because whenever I'm fasting, I always
What?
like to know. Are you having
We
trouble
had the
hearing
bean
me?
and bacon soup, and we had some whole wheat toast as a side type of thing.
Yeah, what else did you have to eat today? What else?
Potato chips and sour cream and onion dip.
Oh, that sounds so good. Man, I would love some potato chips and some sour cream and onion. It's like a torture for me, but even hear about food is like amazing when you're not eating for days.
Why are you asking?
Because tonight I was at my dad's. I go visit him every Tuesday, and we watch these shows. So we watch Oak Island, and then after Oak Island we watched what was it? Life Below Zero. And it's literally, I'm watching these people hunt for their moose, and I'm watching them go fishing and stuff, and I'm just thinking about doing that myself. It brings you back to nature when you're not eating. You just want to go kill something and cook it on a fire and eat it. You know? And then also, every time in the middle of these shows was commercials for Domino's Pizza, Little Caesars, and they kept showing the cheese and stuff. And it really is hard to see commercials like that when you haven't eaten for days. It's very difficult. Yeah. So that's what my day was like. I worked today. I had a great day of work.
Maybe you need to arrange your day that you eat around Tuesday.
Yeah, I guess I could do that. I mean, I'm not always fasting. I'm going to do 7 days, and then I'll probably do some shorter fasts, because I don't know. They do say you don't want, so 7 days and then probably maybe alternate daily fasting for a few weeks, and then another long one. Hey, what's up, Elite Edge? How you doing tonight? How's work going, or are you out of work now? Tell us in the comments. Okay, so my day. Do you want to ask me about my day? Do you wonder anything about me?
Sure. How was your day?
My day was good. Yeah, my day was really good. My amazing wife and I spent some time together today, and I just want to make sure I say right now It's at the 5-minute mark. I have such an amazing wife and a great marriage, and I need everyone to know that. She's very special and beautiful. The most beautiful woman ever.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So now that we've put that into the podcast, now that I put that out there into the universe, everything's gonna be good for me. Any other questions about me and my day? Things about what I've been up to?
No.
No questions. Okay, no one cares. All right. Well, I'll just start asking myself. I'll just start talking about me.
What are you doing today?
I talked to my friend Sarah today for a while, and she's having. It's so cold in Michigan right now, where you are, and also on the. She's in the Metro Detroit area, that she's getting a cold. She's has stuffy, and she's getting all her work done. But she was excited, equally as excited as us, about Beetlejuice. I told her, I was like, I learned about Beetlejuice yesterday, and the new Beetlejuice, and then she told me even, and here's something I didn't know, but you and I may want to look this up, but there's a Beetlejuice Broadway show that I guess is, you heard of it? I guess it's really popular. I've never heard of it, but man, that's something that we might want to look into as Beetlejuice fans.
Yeah, a lot of the Tim Burton stuff tends to get Broadway shows. I think there's a Nightmare Before Christmas Broadway show as well.
And let's be honest, rightfully so. Tim Burton is a freaking genius. Yep.
He created his own aesthetic, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, other people have tried to copy it. I mean, even the 90s Addams Family movie was drawing a lot from Tim Burton. He wasn't involved in that.
One point that Sarah said that was an agreement was she was like, I don't think they'll be able to get Alec Baldwin.
No, but with Beetlejuice, it might not be necessary.
I don't think they need him.
Right.
But they definitely need.
You don't need any of the other original characters.
I would do Winona Ryder for sure.
If you have Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, you don't necessarily need those people.
I would do Winona Ryder. You don't think Winona? Winona should be in the movie.
The way Beetlejuice worked, it could be completely newly dead people that are calling on Beetlejuice to help them.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Completely new place. It does not need to be the original characters. As long as you have Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice, you have a movie that you can make that might
100%. Michael Keaton really is amazing. He's 69 though. That's the only thing. But you taught me that.
Yeah.
I thought he was like 59. I didn't realize he was that old. That's a tough thing. So they really need to get making the movies right now.
But we do know that he is still physically able to do physical acting. He was the villain in the... what was it, Spider-Man?
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of physical acting in that. And things change fast when you get older. Once you get in 70 years old...
That's true.
Think about our great president, Joseph Robidoux Biden. Now, remember him during the Obama administration, and think about him now, just a few short years later.
Right.
It's a tough gambit to get through for Robidoux.
Yeah.
Yep, Robinette. I'm sorry. Robinette.
I don't know where Robidoux came from.
Like Joe Rogan goes by JRE, he's JRB. JRB.
Nah.
Yeah. I kind of like that. Yeah, so you guys got a shit ton of snow. How's that working out for you? Did you even notice?
I knew it snowed.
Man, I checked the cameras over in our little neck of the woods. Looks like half a foot of snow.
Yeah.
Does that sound about right?
Mom was out there today. The little snowman she built you. She had to go take the scarf and hat off because the deer have been eating it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think John C. Reilly's the one that plowed her out. She's like, your neighbor John is so nice. I'm like, I only know of one neighbor named John, and it's Wreck-It Ralph.
She said it was a young, handsome man.
Well, to her, he would be young and handsome.
Perhaps.
Think about that. What man would you picture her going for?
He does resemble an old boyfriend of hers, if you think about it.
I think it was. I think it was. It was definitely Cal Naughton Jr. who plowed her out.
No,
and you know she wouldn't know any different. She wouldn't know.
That one ex-boyfriend that she remained friends with.
Yeah, for sure. Weird. I want to wreck it. So it definitely, Wreck-It Ralph definitely plowed her out of the driveway today. And she had, and you know she would be oblivious no matter who it was.
Right. Right.
Yeah. She would meet Tom Cruise and be like, I met a nice short man today. He was handsome.
She was aware enough when we were in Frontier Village and George Wendt walked in. She was aware enough to say, hi, Norm, and gave him a big hug.
Oh, yeah, and what did he say to her?
Oh, he was like, hello.
He used to come steal wood from my grandpa and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the meat shop. My grandpa had a meat shop, you remember?
I see.
And we won't say the name of it. We don't want to dox anybody, but Norm lived in the touristy town down the road from us, and he would stop by to buy meat and other things, steaks, jerky, and then he would, as he was leaving, he would steal the wood.
Probably because maybe he smoked meats himself too. Maybe he wanted your wood because it gave it good.
I don't know. He spent a lot of money. He hung out with us. He sat around and talked with us for a while.
Yeah.
My grandpa was a likable man. Elite Edge says, work is going great. Almost done. Fantastic. I hope it's going great. I hope you guys are having a funky time over there tonight. We're getting this week kicked off the right way. Truly. So I had a talk tonight with my dad about the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Yeah. And how I think the Tampa Bay Bucks have more than a chance. Okay? Even though
the only thing I ever pay attention to is
the commercials
final score and the halftime show.
That's also why I was bringing this up, because right when we were having this conversation, as we were watching, what the hell's the show called? I said both names of them. Life Below Zero. So we were watching the show, and then they previewed, and you know how they preview the Super Bowl commercials? It was a Die Hard battery commercial starring Bruce Willis, reprising his role as the character from Die Hard. And he needed a Die Hard battery. You're going to see it if you watch the Super Bowl.
I heard that there might be a Die Hard sequel.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
But I don't know how serious that rumor is.
A Christmas sequel? Another Christmas movie?
Well, there are so many rumors that this is going to get a sequel and that is going to get a sequel, and all the movie talk usually is just about sequels these days.
Yeah.
You know.
Do you hear it sounds like here's
74-year-old actor and make a sequel to something that was a hit in the 80s.
Hey, Elite Edge. Does it sound like someone threw a big bag of coins into the dryer on your end? Because it's so loud in here. I think this was done on purpose. I think coins or something was thrown into the thing to get back at me.
I can kind of hear something.
From Professor Bam. It's so loud on my end.
Let me see if I can hear it on the...
What in that?
I can kind of hear something.
Yeah.
Sounds like laundry. Sounds like somebody's jeans in the laundry.
Sounds to me like a bag of coins. I'm gonna have to break my foot off in somebody's behind. Messing up. This is a world. We're broadcasting right now live on this television show across the world. Anyone in the world could be listening to this. You hear me?
Hey.
What?
Are you sure you want to go down this road?
No. I'm actually joking. 100%
Okay.
joking, yeah. I don't want to go down this road. And that is exactly what you should say to me every time. Nobody, listen, there's never a time when you have
It's not that serious.
When you have a fantastic marriage like I do, married to the best woman, like some of you are too, you never want to joke about it. Don't ever say jokes. It's not a laughing matter. Marriage is a serious thing. Yep. Just remember that, everybody. Who's on with us? Who's all on? We got Elite Edge. Elite Edge, where are you at to be able to listen? Are you do you have headphones in? Do you have your phone in your pocket and headphones in? Are you leaning somewhere?
Probably at work with his phone.
Oh, he hears the thud, thud, thud.
Yeah. Something's in the dryer.
Oh, Elite Edge, I'm so sorry.
Or is it your dishwasher?
No, it sounds like the dryer.
Okay.
Let me call Professor Bam and see what's going on here. She doesn't want to be. Okay, let's see. I don't know if she wants me to disturb her, but we're going to try. Listen how nice I am too.
Oh. Okay.
I'm calling Professor Bam.
Paging Professor Bam.
Paging Bam. Sometimes she doesn't pick up the phone, and then I have to use the Amazon device to drop in. All right, that didn't work. Alexa, drop in on master bedroom.
Okay, dropping in.
Hey, Bam, can you hear me? Do you have a big bag of quarters that you threw in the dryer? Did you take a whole bunch of little metal forks and put them in the dryer? It's like making a banging noise. And I'm on the podcast live right now. Yeah. Okay, thanks, dear. Alexa, hang up. Was that the right thing to do? Did I say the right things? Did you throw a bag of quarters in the dryer?
Man.
Or maybe forks. Did you throw our forks in the dryer? Elite Edge says, I hear it very clearly. Thud, thud. Well, Elite Edge, that's because everyone complained about the horrible sound quality, rightfully so. Now we have such a great microphone that it picks up everything.
Only time will tell if you approached it correctly.
I never do. It's never the right thing. And that's okay. I'm so appreciative and thankful. Yeah. So what else was I going to say? It's so hard to hear myself think over this noise.
Hey, you were talking about the Super Bowl, I believe?
Oh, yeah, the commercial. So you got to look it up. It's probably on YouTube. So Google or on YouTube, search Die Hard Battery commercial Bruce Willis. Maybe it's something you could stick in the comments, Rose. That'd be pretty cool. Or I can do it maybe. But yeah, it was an interesting commercial. And this is the week of interesting advertising, where companies spend $5 million for 30 seconds.
Well, except for a few of them, the main ones that tend to advertise every year are saying, oh, no, we're not
everybody else is. The price is high. I guess the price is higher this year, too. It's like double the cost. Just like those seats. Did I say the seats? I said how much the seats were for me to buy my I got more news on that too.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be getting the same seats, season tickets. The Bucks came back to me today, and I'm able to book my tickets for next season at the same price. And then they're gonna. So I book them for the same price, and then when they triple or quadruple the price after we win the Super Bowl, then I'll just have to pay them the balance. You know, no big deal.
Fantastic.
So it's like you buy a pizza, you pay them the $10 for the pizza ahead of time, and then after you get the pizza, they tell you owe them $70, and you're like, but I usually pay $10, and then they say we won an award, and now it's $70, or now it's $80 for what was $10.
I see.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyhow.
Hey, Lee Dutch, do you want me to get up and go shut that dryer off? Because I can do that. It's hurting my head. It sounds like there is rocks in the dryer. So let's call Professor Bam again. Let's call Professor Bam. Because here's the thing. I'm not really allowed to touch the dryer or anything. That's a small secret. So but I can, what I can do, I can use the Amazon device to call again. So if that was entertaining, let me try it one more time.
Hey.
Yeah.
Just tell her you don't want to break it, so, because if you touch it, you'll break it.
Oh my gosh, it's so loud. Did someone put rocks in it? Alexa, drop it on master bedroom. Alexa, max volume. Hey, Bam.
Yeah.
Is there rocks in the dryer?
There is a blanket that has buttons on it.
Oh, buttons.
It goes on my bed.
Oh, okay, got it.
In the dryer.
Okay, thank you, dear. I appreciate you. I'm on the podcast and I can't hear anything except it sounds like rocks or a bag of change or something.
Then push pause on the dryer and start it up again in a little while.
Okay, dear. Thank you so much. Alexa, hang up. I got the approval. Did you hear that? I can push pause on the dryer and start it up again in a little while.
Good job.
If I touched it without getting an approval, I could be in some big,
I know.
I could put because you don't want to touch other people's stuff. We have to respect each other, Okay, Rose, read something and I'm going to go shut this dryer off.
Okay, what shall I read?
Read whatever. Mic check. Hey, can you hear me now? Mic check.
From the horrible website, The Daily Wire. This is by Joseph Curl. You say we're all liars. Rand Paul has fiery debate with George Stephanopoulos. You're forgetting who you are as a journalist if you think there's only one side. That's the whole title there. January 24th, 2021. George Stephanopoulos, the former press secretary for Bill Clinton turned ABC host, came out of the chute fast when he sat down with Kentucky Republican Senator Rand Paul on this Sunday's This Week political talk show.
Hold on, what are you saying? What'd you say? What'd you say? I missed it. What are you reading?
George Stephanopoulos had a interview with Rand Paul. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay, I'm with you. Continue.
Okay. And this is George Stephanopoulos speaking in this next sentence.
Okay.
Senator Paul, let me begin with a threshold question for you. This election was not stolen. Do you accept that fact?
That's a question? That's funny. I would laugh at George Stephanopoulos on live TV just like that if he asked me that question.
Okay.
What?
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me finish. Paul most definitely did not accept that fact. Well, what I would say is that the debate over whether or not there was fraud should occur. We never had any presentation in court where we actually looked at the evidence. Most of the cases were thrown out for lack of standing, which is a procedural way of not actually hearing the question. There were several states in which law was changed by the Secretary of State and not the state legislature. To me, those are clearly unconstitutional, and I think there's still a chance that those actually do finally work their way up to the Supreme Court. Courts traditionally and historically don't like to hear election questions, but yes, were there people who voted twice? Were there dead people who voted? Were there illegal aliens who voted? Yes, and we should get to the bottom of it, Paul said. I'll give you an example. In my state, when we had a Democrat Secretary of State, she refused, even under federal order, to purge the rolls of illegal voters. We got a Republican Secretary of State, and he purged the rolls. But Stephanopoulos cut in saying, I have to stop you there. No election is perfect, but there were 86 challenges filed by President Trump and his allies in court. All were dismissed. Every state certified the results. The two talked over each other for a half a minute until Stephanopoulos said, the Department of Justice, led by William Barr, said there is no widespread evidence of fraud. Can't you just say the words, this election? Paul broke in to say no. What I would suggest is that if we want greater confidence in our election, and 75% of Republicans agree with me, is that we do need to look at the election integrity. And we need to see if we can restore confidence in the election, the senator said. The two cross-talked again until Paul said, hey, George, where you make a mistake is that people coming from the liberal side like you immediately say everything's a lie instead of saying there are two sides to everything. Historically, what would happen is if I said that I thought that there was fraud, you would interview someone who said there wasn't. But now you insert yourself in the middle and say that the absolute fact is that everything I'm saying is a lie. Hold on a second, the host said, adding that Trump said the election was stolen. This election was not stolen. The results were certified in every single state, after count and recounts. But Paul said, not so. You're saying that absolutely it was. You're saying there was no fraud and that it's all been investigated, and that's just not true. The two, again, argued about who was saying what. When Paul said, you say we're all liars. You just simply say we're all liars. Then Paul got specific. In Wisconsin, tens of thousands of absentee votes had only the name on them, no address. Historically, those were thrown out. This time they weren't. They made special accommodations because they said, oh, it's a pandemic, and people forgot what their address was.
Yeah.
I don't know if I read that correctly, but okay. I don't know if that infliction was implied or not.
Yeah, no, I got it. Keep going.
So they changed the law after the fact, and that is wrong. That's unconstitutional. And I plan on spending the next 2 years going around state to state and fixing these problems, and I won't be cowed by liberals in the media who say there's no evidence here, and you're a liar if you talk about election fraud. No, let's have an open debate. It's a free country, Paul said. Stephanopoulos said there is no widespread evidence of election fraud that overturned the results. That was stated as well by the Department of Justice led by President Trump's Attorney General. In Wisconsin, there were counts and recounts. Paul broke in to say, it was never studied. Even that's not true. Even that's not true. Even that's not true. There's been no examination, thorough examination of all the states to see what problems we had and see if they could fix them. Now, let me say, to be clear, I voted to certify the state electors because I think it would be wrong for Congress to overturn that. But at the same time, I'm not willing to just sit here and say, oh, everybody on the Republican side is a liar, and there is no fraud. No, there were lots of problems, and there were secretaries of state who illegally changed the law, and that needs to be fixed. And I'm going to work hard to fix it, and I won't be cowed by people saying, oh, you're a liar, Paul said.
Does he say cowed a lot? Cowed?
Huh?
He's being cowed?
Cowed.
Okay. I like him. I like Rand Paul. I like a person who can stand up for what they believe in.
Let me continue.
Yeah. I like Rand Paul.
That's the problem with media today, is they say all Republicans are liars and everything we say is a lie. There are two sides to every story. Interview somebody on the other side, but don't insert yourself into the story and say we're all liars, because we do think there's some fraud, and the election needs to be fixed.
Mm-hmm.
But Stephanopoulos said, sir, there are not two sides to this story.
That's what he said?
Been looked in every single state. Sure there are, Paul said. There are two sides to every story.
There are.
You're forgetting who you are. You're forgetting who you are as a journalist if you think there's only one side. You're inserting yourself into a story to say, I'm a liar because I want to look at election fraud. And I want to look at...
They wanted to look at election fraud?
...change voter laws without the permission of their state legislatures. That is incontrovertible. It happened. Oh, and you can't just sweep it under the rug and say, oh, nothing to see here, and everybody is a liar, and you're a fool if you bring this up. You're inserting yourself into the story. A journalist would hear both sides, and there are two sides of the story, he said. Paul also cited another state. I believe in Pennsylvania, they broke the law, and I believe if that ever will get a real hearing in the Supreme Court, it was denied for standing. It wasn't actually taken up. If it were taken up, I do believe that the Supreme Court would overrule and say that they did break the law illegally.
Yep, they would.
I asked you a very simple question. Was the election stolen or not? Stephanopoulos said at the end of the fiery exchange. I think there was a great deal of evidence of fraud and changing of the election laws illegally. And I think thorough investigation is warranted, Paul said.
Yep, that's true. That's all true. Everything he said is true. Whether...
Yeah, it's like...
Mr. 81 million, our president.
It's like if you have a stomach problem, and you go to the doctor, and you go to the doctor 5 or 6 times, but every time they don't let you pass the waiting room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else says, well, if you had a real problem, you know, your doctor would have told you something. But you haven't actually seen the doctor, you just been to the waiting room.
Right, and they send you home. That's what it is.
Into court.
Nothing has been into court. There's not a single case. They threw them out.
Right.
Every court threw them out. There's not a single case that was tried. Nothing.
Right. It's like I'm saying, it's like if your doctor didn't even see you, you know? If you had a problem and your doctor didn't even see you, threw you out of the waiting room, you know?
100%. So I really like Rand Paul. I like a person who stands up for what they believe in, and Rand Paul does that. And his father, Ron Paul, also. Great Americans.
Yeah.
And I love the state of Kentucky. Hey,
that would be an
I love
article.
the state of Kentucky. Kentucky is a great place.
I didn't even vet that article before I read it. I just kind of, looked something up real quick.
Yep. Speaking of Kentucky. Right. I would love, so I'm in Florida, and then I'm up in Michigan.
Yeah, why don't you talk for a minute? I'll go get a cup of coffee and...
Yeah, I'm talking to you. So I would love to have a place in Kentucky.
25 feet away.
Right in the middle of the two. If I could have a place in in the hills of Kentucky, that would be so nice. Or maybe I could have a place right over by Elvis Aaron Presley's estate. And then I can go visit all the time. Who else is in Kentucky? The Kentucky Derby is in Lexington. And the University of Kentucky, I really like them. And I really like Rand Paul. Such a good place. So maybe we need a middle ground, a little. What do they call it? What do my friends call it in the city? Pied de terre, a tiny little place, a little apartment, a little condo, right in the city in Lexington. Nah, I don't want that. How about a little cabin in the mountains in Kentucky? That's exactly what I want. So, regarding voter fraud. We've talked about this a whole bunch of times on the pod. There's absolutely, positively, many, many, many cases of voter fraud, enough to warrant looking into this. far more than any nonsense that was made up in the 2016 election. We did.
Yeah.
We spent $50 million investigating voter fraud for 2.5 years. It was in all the media. It was in all the newspapers. George Stephanopoulos, who is a Hillary Clinton former associate, worked for Hillary Clinton. He's a far left liberal, and that's okay. I don't know what I am. I'm an independent, but there's times where I see eye to eye with George, and most of the time I don't, though. I'm in the middle, and he's way to the left. I don't believe he used to be this way. I feel like, just like what Rand Paul said, what did he say? What was the exact quote, Rose, about George? How you're lost. Basically, George has lost his way. He's lost. A lot of people are lost. They forget. They're taking sides politically. And that's why when they come to me with that bullshit, I say, listen, you're coming to me with this bullshit, but I voted for Obama. And I supported Trump. You're coming to the wrong person. I'm right in the middle. And I'm supporting, I didn't vote for Joe Biden, but I'm going to support him. Fraud or not. Did he win by fraud? Well, if you looked at the statistics I've seen, it's quite possible. Can it be proven? I think it might be able to be proven, but nobody has looked at it. It wasn't like 2016 with Russia, where we had investigations. When the other side, these loser Republicans, say anything, nobody listens. They're losers. They're losers. They're just making it up. Trump's a liar and a loser. Listen to me. I'm in the middle. There appears to be a vast amount of fraud. I cannot explain why there's zero following of Joe Biden on social media. What we read yesterday was Instagram is forcing users to follow the White House account. They're blocking the White House account. We read this article yesterday. They're blocking the White House account, blocking them. And they come back hours later and they're following them. They're following the White House again. And the White House is gaining followers, and people are like, I don't know, I've never followed this. They're trying to make it look like there's a following. I'm seeing it. There's nothing. The downvotes are real. What's that, Rose?
Speaking of journalists who were a little bit more fair, we had Larry King pass the other day.
Larry King passed away?
Yeah, just the other day.
I didn't know that. Just
I think it was the day we were fighting.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I did not know that.
I had intended to look up an article on that. I never got around to it, though. But I believe it was reported that he had COVID previous to it. I think he died from COVID complications, COVID-related death.
Really?
I believe so.
That is really sad.
Yeah. He was a little bit more fair than some of the other ones. Some of the older ones.
Larry King, Bill O'Reilly.
Times where people were a little bit more fair.
Mm-hmm. What are these loser talk show hosts doing now that they don't have Trump to talk about every night? Do we know? Are they still talking about Trump?
Which ones?
The losers. All of them. Who's not a loser that's a nightly talk show host right now? They're all fucking losers. Sorry, Mom. Trying not to cuss. That was bad.
Entertainment is supposed to be their shtick. It always was, but they brought in politics too.
Yeah, what are they doing? All they did for 5 years, was talk about Orange Man bad. So what are they doing now? Did they have to change their show? What's the deal?
Probably continue to talk shit about Trump until the day he dies, and then everybody will be all, oh, he was the best president we ever had. You know how that cycle goes.
You think?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just referring to that phenomenon that happens.
Well, you know what? George Stephanopoulos is a creep. He's a loser. And I have been seeing him.
Well, yeah,
the things that he's been saying are. You heard what he was doing. He's just all he is a microphone for the left, the far left. I'm in the middle. I'm not the far left. I'm not the far right. Ask me my policies. You're going to be very surprised that I agree with Mayor Pete on most things.
Hasn't been to report the news in a long time.
It's bullshit.
People like him and Matt Lauer. I don't know if Matt Lauer's even working anymore because of that.
Yeah, they're going to have to change.
Scandal he had.
People are not down with this nonsense.
Elite Ed says they're going to continue to remind us how bad he was, like they do with Nixon. They like to compare him to Nixon a lot.
They like to, yeah. They wanna do that. That's nice.
Right. He's more like a less senile Reagan.
Yeah. He's a little bit of Nixon. Nixon was a great president.
I don't know much about Nixon.
Somebody had to take out those creeps. No, there was things that were not right that he did, but
yeah,
he was a good president in a lot of ways. If you look into it, nobody talks about it because of what happened.
Hey, you met Elvis.
Yeah, for sure.
Meet Elvis.
That's if you get a chance. I know I've said it once before, but it's on Amazon. It's a really, really good movie. Nixon and Elvis. I'll have to figure out what it was. I don't remember what it was called.
I think I've seen it. I think I saw it years ago on VH1 or something.
Mm-hmm. Elvis, Aaron Presley, the King. Yep, the King. The true King.
Wasn't it like how he was something to do with the Secret Service or something?
Yeah.
Like an honorary Secret Service member or something like that?
We should do an Elvis show. Elvis is awesome. For sure. I have the world's top Elvis impersonator. That he was the star of the...
Elvis lore is pretty cool, but I'm not really into Elvis as an artist.
I am.
It's not my era. It's not my style.
Okay, I like Elvis. I listen to Elvis all the time.
But Elvis lore, like the weird conspiracy theories around Elvis, are interesting.
Yep, Elvis is a really amazing performer. Such an icon. Bubba Hotep. Just say Bubba Hotep. Go watch it. It's the best.
Bubba Hotep. Bubba Hotep was a fantastically ridiculous movie.
It's amazing. It is amazing. Yep. What else you got? That was a great article about Rand Paul. Rand Paul, you did a great job. I really respect you. And I don't know if you heard me when you walked away, but I was talking about how I need a place in the middle. I need a place. Yeah. I always end up stopping to sleep or something when I'm driving from Florida to Michigan or vice versa. It would be really cool. Now,
you could always go visit Aunt Tammy in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, that's over on the coast more, but yeah, for sure.
Oh,
when I go to Philly, when I come down, I go by there, and for sure. But in Kentucky, every time I'm driving, I say to myself, and I say to Professor Bam, the greatest, I tell her I would love to have a little place here in the hills or in the mountains. It's really nice. Kentucky's a great state. Super nice people. The people are so nice. The weather's really nice. Yep, great weather, great people. You can go get yourself some Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah.
Yep. Great spot. And Rand Paul's there.
Yeah.
Yep, Elite Edge, Tennessee is really nice too. Super nice. Love Tennessee. Love Kentucky. I think Kentucky for me is where I'd rather be.
What state is it that our aunt moved to?
Carolina.
I can never.
North Carolina.
Carolina? Okay. I can never remember.
Yep. North Carolina's really nice. All these states are nice. They're
Okay.
good. They're good spots. We've talked about Tennessee too. There's a couple little spots in the mountains. So I would like to have, if I could, if things go my way, I would love to have a little cabin in the mountains, either Tennessee or Kentucky, where I could use it for two things. I could use it for like when a hurricane's on the way here in Florida. We already leave. But if for some reason one was coming right at us and we didn't have enough time to plan, usually we got a week or more, and then we just head out and we head out to Michigan, and we have our little cottage in Michigan.
Isn't, like, Kentucky, Tennessee area also possible subject to some of these really bad hurricanes?
No, not at all. No, once you get into the mountains, once I get to like my spot that is safe is north of Atlanta, Georgia. It's called Cartersville, and there's a bunch of hotels there, and you start getting into the Georgia hills and the mountains, and there's nothing. You might get like when I was driving back from Michigan last time, that hurricane had turned into a tropical storm, and it hit us head on in the mountains, and it was fine. It was not going to cause loss of life or anything. We slept in the car, in fact. We slept in our van and while the hurricane hit us, or the tropical storm, and it was fine. So that's kind of what I want to do. If things can go our way, I want a little beautiful cabin in the mountains that I can use as like Elite Edge says, a bug out location, number one, to get to, and number two, I can rent it out. I can use it as like a vacation rental for families that want to do the same thing. They want to go spend a week in the mountains. It would be nice. It would be nice to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, I've got another article.
What you got?
This is a combination of comic books and politics.
Oh, politics again. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Is the Punisher getting a new logo after the Capitol riots?
What? Why would the Punisher?
This is from Giant Freaking Robot by Faith McKay, 11 hours ago. Since the Capitol riots, there's been a closer look at culture surrounding the rioters. Companies with services used by people involved in those acts have been distancing themselves. Parler has gone offline. Identified rioters have been removed from Bumble and Tinder.
Hey, hold on. Time out. What's the name of the number one, the first of the day? Look on this screen. Look on the TV screen. Look at the name of the person who has the number one score of the day.
I can't read it.
Oh, it says thanks_Obama.
Oh.
Yeah, I just thought that was funny. Okay. Keep going. Sorry about that. Okay.
Okay. Rioters have been removed from Bumble and Tinder. Since seeing the Punisher logo worn by rioters, there have been calls for Marvel to do something about it.
What?
According to gossip writer Daniel Rickman, Marvel has been listening, as he claims they are currently considering changing the iconic skull logo for a different image.
They are?
The Punisher first appeared in Spider-Man comic in a Spider-Man comic in 1974, wearing a skull on his chest that soon became the Punisher logo. While he first showed up as a villain, his character has grown over the years to be more of an anti-hero. These types of characters don't come out and say they're good or bad, but are often liked because they walk strange moral lines. This makes it easier for audiences to interpret a character how they would like to. It also makes it easier for extremist groups to take a character and adopt its actions and say, this is what it means. After seeing the Punisher logo worn by those at the Capitol riot, actor John Bernthal responded saying that those people were misguided, lost, and afraid. This hasn't stopped people from making suggestions on what Marvel should do about it. One suggestion has been that this is a call to completely reinvent the character of Frank Castle. This isn't the first time that there has been evidence that the Punisher logo is being used as a symbol of force. The creator of Frank Castle's character, Jerry Conway, has said that he hopes to reshape the character for this moment in history. That could be done through either an evolution, like showing Frank Castle change through a life event, or by restarting the storyline altogether. There's also been a recent rumor that while Marvel is rebooting Punisher, they'll supposedly be keeping John Barenthal. And this is a good opportunity to make changes to both the Punisher logo.
Hold on, did you say John Barron? John Barron?
John Barenthal.
Oh, John Barron. That's a alias.
Bernthal is his name. Bernthal.
Oh, I thought you said John
Bernthal.
Barron, which is a name that
John Bernthal.
Former President Donald Trump would go by. Yeah. Okay.
This is a good opportunity to make changes to the Punisher logo and its story arc if they're looking to get further away from violent groups using the skull image. Some discussions on social media have suggested that Marvel should strictly enforce their copyright on the Punisher logo. While a letter threatening legal action is likely to work against some people, it's probably not a strong enough tactic for people storming Capitol buildings. Of course, it's a T-shirt. Anybody could wear a damn T-shirt, you know?
How are you going to...
You buy it at the store.
How are you going to... I have Punisher shirts upstairs. I have a couple of them.
Right.
Because it's a cool logo.
Let me continue.
Yeah.
This brings the discussion where insider Daniel Brittman says Marvel is changing the Punisher logo. If they move forward, there's a lot of possible ways for them to handle this. This change would be a part of a greater
Change it. We'll wear the old logo. I don't give a fuck what you do. Sorry, Mom. I keep cussing.
While it isn't often done in an anti-hero story, considering the situation, they could have it be part of a story where Frank Castle defines some things as right and things as wrong.
Do they not know who the Punisher is?
Simply happen in the background without ever being mentioned.
The Punisher is a bad dude. Why are they saying all this?
They know who the Punisher. If you've seen the Netflix Punisher, both on the Daredevil and the Punisher himself, he's got 2 seasons as his own show, and he's got a whole season on Daredevil. It's actually done pretty well. You should look into it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix. You don't watch Netflix, though. Never mind.
Maybe someday.
Marvel has yet to publicly address the situation with the Punisher logo. While it's been a few weeks, the conversation has not died down with them potentially rebooting the series. It seems like a good opportunity to redefine what the Punisher's logo actually stands for. Okay.
The Punisher is a very, very, very bad person. He's actually a bad guy in a lot of the stories. He's a bad guy in Spider-Man. So what are they trying to do?
Spider-Man.
You don't like... So if I wear the Joker shirt from Batman, you're going to change your Joker?
Well,
he's a bad guy.
In the Netflix series is what people know in this day and time right now.
What's the logo from the Netflix series?
It's like a painted on skull.
Yeah, that's a skull logo, the Punisher.
Right. But they haven't clearly defined him as a bad guy in the Netflix Marvel series, in either the Daredevil series or the Punisher series that's also on Netflix.
Really?
He was an enemy of Daredevil. Daredevil, of course, was trying to stop him because he didn't agree with his method, of killing people. He killed bad guys. That's who he was killing on Daredevil. He was killing bad guys,
Yep.
And Daredevil was trying to stop him from killing the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Because, apparently Daredevil doesn't kill. Although in the first season of Daredevil, I do believe was killing people.
Yeah.
At least I think he was. I can't remember fully. It's been a long time since I watched that.
I've watched none of it ever. Yeah.
Well, let's see. Even one of the characters on the Daredevil show is a woman who initially her character comes in as somebody Daredevil is involved in, like, saving. But she was attacked. She's like some young girl from the backwoods moving to the city, and she gets, like, attacked or whatnot. And she ends up working at his law firm, and she's a character that is very pro-gun after her attack, you know? Very pro-gun. And she's not painted as a good, good or bad for doing that.
Guns are bad.
It's just what it is, you know? I mean, she is a good character. She's a character that people like and see as a positive female role model, too.
Well, this is
she's also pro-gun.
This is what you get with cancel culture. It is what it is. I'm to the point, they can cancel everything. I don't care. I'm just going to live my life and do what I do. And if I want to wear a Daredevil shirt, or if I want to wear a Punisher shirt, or if I want to wear an old Spider-Man shirt with the logo and you don't want to make it, but I want to wear it,
the thing is,
just make it myself.
The Punisher show did not fully count to the leftist politics.
Yeah.
They've had a problem with this show for a while. It's not a new thing.
Yeah.
You know, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make, if they're going to bring back the Punisher show, they're going to try to make it out of the leftist politics now.
Well,
I mean, it did kind of have a storyline where it did kind of show some aspects, but it didn't really fully cow to it. You know what I mean? I'm using this word cow now.
Cow to it.
Cow.
That's the Rand Paul word.
I'm gonna swipe that word from Rand Paul. I think it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you'd like the Marvel series that's on Netflix, but you never got around to it.
Nah.
You had Netflix.
I have no time for stuff like that usually.
Right. But now that Disney owns it, I don't know what the heck's going to happen, especially with all this.
Oh, I don't even want to get into it.
Yep, Disney has all those Marvel...
Disney is a different company every day, and that's all I'll say.
Yeah?
They're their own company. I love them. I work with them on a lot of things. And cancel culture runs all businesses. That's all I have to say. All businesses bow to the cancel culture.
There's one thing when you're afraid of cancel culture, and there's another thing entirely when you're actively making propaganda in the other direction. You know, and I think Disney tends to make some propaganda.
Well, I don't really want to go down this path. I love Disney. I love Disney, and that's all. I love Disney, and I'm not going to say anything bad. Disney's going to be the sponsor of my lifetime. They are. We did cancel our membership due to COVID because we're not going to Disney. And
I don't think if we did ever get a sponsor, I don't think you should ever accept a Disney sponsorship.
They're not going to sponsor. We can never cuss.
Huh?
You can't cuss.
Right.
Yeah, you can't cuss. I said the F-bomb twice already. My whole thing was I don't want to swear on this podcast.
Yeah, I know, but you're sitting here like, don't talk bad about Disney. We want sponsors.
No, not really. I work with them. Here's the thing. My companies work with Disney. I work with Disney. I do lots of different things. I'm not going to go into it. I don't want to talk about them. They're a good company in a lot of ways. Every company has problems. What I can do is my best to change things for the better. That's all. Yep.
If we did have a straight-laced little podcast where we didn't swear and we were all behaving ourselves, I don't think it would be a smart idea to accept a Disney sponsorship. That's all I have to say.
Well, cool.
Strings attached is all I'm saying.
What strings? Don't go down this path. So anyways, what else is going on?
Rules is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be rules. We like to break the rules here.
Yep.
I've got a... Should I do the article about the politician and with the Batman?
We're doing all these politics. What else you got? What do you have besides politics?
I've got a list.
A list post?
The funniest movie from each year in the 90s ranked.
Oh, that would be so good. Man, we totally got to do this. We totally got to do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Okay. Number 10 from 1991. Hot Shots.
Hot Shots, all of them are good.
Yeah.
That's with my man. Winning.
Charlie Sheen.
Winning.
Charlie Sheen.
Whatever happened to Charlie? Where's he at today? What's he doing?
I don't know, kid, but do you want me to read why Hot Shots has this place?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Airplanes Jim Abrams, or Abrahams, is it Abrams or Abrahams? I'm not sure.
Oh.
And the Naked Gun's Pat Proft teamed up for Hot Shots, a movie that mainly spoofs Top Gun, but lampoons a litany of other movies, from Rocky to Gone with the Wind along the way. The presence of the Zucker brothers is dearly missed, but Hot Shots is a pretty strong parody, somewhere between the genius of Blazing Saddles and the aimless mediocrity of Wrongfully Accused. I think I've only seen that movie in parts. Like, I have not seen the whole thing, just sit down and watch it. But it's been on at other people's house when I was there, here and there,
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Good movie. Yep. It's a good movie.
Okay. Number 9 is Home Alone, 1990.
Oh, what a great movie.
Every Christmas, millions of families engage in their annual tradition of watching Home Alone together. It's a testament to the writing talent of John Hughes that he managed to bring real humanity to the story of an 8-year-old boy being left home by his family.
Yep.
Despite the abundance of sadistic violence, Home Alone manages to perfectly capture the holiday spirit. This can mostly be credited to its immensely talented cast, from Macaulay Culkin's iconic lead performance as Kevin McAllister to supporting turns by screen icons like Catherine O'Hara and Joe Pesci. They don't mention John Candy.
Which is weird.
He was in there too.
Yeah, he sure
Right.
was. Yeah, what a great movie.
Comments?
Yeah, I love that movie. I love Home Alone. I actually feel like putting it on. I feel like stopping the podcast and watching Home Alone right now. Yep, I love it. I love Home Alone 2. And what I really love about Home Alone 2 is that they're going to remove that terrible pumpkin man. See that pumpkin up in the top right of the screen with the red tie on?
I see.
Does that remind you of anything?
It's a Trumpkin.
Remove. Take him out of that movie. Kick him out of the Actors Guild. Goodbye. Next.
Is your screen frozen?
No, I took a photo. Look at this awesome picture. I jumped over this thing. Look at the snow behind me. It's really beautiful. I just had I had the idea that I need to take this picture. Look at that beautiful moon, the clouds. It's just really cool. Such a beautiful shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that okay?
reminds me of Christmas.
Yeah. I'm snowboarding, and look at all that snow.
Santa's sleigh instead of a deer-headed bear on a snowboard. Anyhow, Wayne's World, 1982, comes in at number 8.
Wayne's World, party time, excellent.
Mike Myers and Dana Carvey brought their unparalleled comic chemistry to this big screen in 1992 with the endlessly quotable Wayne's World, one of the only two undisputed comedy classics derived from SNL sketches. The other one being the Blues Brothers, of course. While revelations about Mike Myers' on-set behavior has sort of tarnished the movie's legacy, it's still a wonderfully absurdist comedy brought to life with rock and roll energy by director Penelope Spheris. I never heard of any on-set behavior. I have no idea where that's what they're alluding to.
I don't know either.
But apparently this has tarnished it. I have no idea. I've never heard. So.
Mike Myers has bad on-set behavior for Wayne's World?
Apparently. And honestly, it must be something cancelable because they're mentioning it in this random article. When they could have just taken a moment to talk about the movie, they had to mention something we've never heard about. How he had revelations.
But what I'd really like to do is something extraordinary. Something big, something mega, something copious, something capacious, something kajunga. But I'll probably end up working at Great America, mopping up hurl and lung butter. Oh, I almost forgot. This year Garth finally got pubes.
There you go. There's some quotes. Wayne's World.
Yep. Give me one moment.
Wayne's World, party time, excellent. Yep. What's next?
What's next is I'm getting coffee. I had to make coffee earlier. Now I'm getting it.
Oh, okay. Cool, man.
I figured that clip would be a little longer than it was.
Oh, you want me to play a clip? Sure. Let's play more of a clip. Oh, what clip do I want to play? Not a music clip.
You didn't tell him about my pubes, did you?
No, of course not. Exactly how does the suck cut work?
Well, as you can see, it sucks as it cuts.
It certainly does suck. Look, Garth, it's Heather Locklear. And she's signaling to us. There is a God.
Heather be thy name. Swing. What are you thinking about?
Cassandra. She's a fox. In France, she would be called La Renarde, and she would be hunted with only her cunning to protect her.
She's a babe.
She's a robo-babe. In Latin, she would be called Babia Majora.
If she were a president, she'd be Abraham Lincoln. Uh-oh, don't look, Stacy.
Where? Oh, God, I made eye contact.
Oh, psycho hose beast.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! You're worthy, you're worthy. Get up. You guys were excellent tonight.
Hey, thanks a lot. We'll see you inside.
We're planning on it.
Hey, all right. No stairway. Denied. Who's he?
Oh, you back?
A weird naked Indian.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
after hearing that bit of the movie, I'm actually wondering why this one wasn't in those offensive movies list.
Yeah, it's a good offensive movie. Yeah.
I'm not saying, I'm just wondering why it didn't.
Shouldn't I guess some movies too before we get there?
If you want to. We're at 7, so we've only.
Yeah, name. What's the list called again? Say the name of the list.
Hold on.
Because I want to make sure my guess is along with it.
The what? Each year in the 90s ranked. So they took a movie from every year that was supposedly the funniest movie of that year, and then they ranked them in order.
Oh, wow, okay. Well, let's just... I'm not guessing anything then. I'm not smart enough. I don't remember all the years. Yeah. That's the thing.
Right.
And the one I was going to say is probably from 89. I was going to talk about Bill and Ted's. But this is... we're already at 7, so what are we at? Did they tell you the year that it came out too?
Yeah, but the years aren't in order because they took.
So what
each
year?
Movie that.
What year has each movie been? Can you tell me again, real quick?
Okay. Hot Shots was 91. Home Alone was 1990. Wayne's World's 1992.
Okay, cool. Got it.
Yeah. Nothing from 89 will be making this list.
No, I know. Bill and Ted's was 89. But Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, but that's not one of the funniest.
Yeah.
But the new Bill and Ted's, man, I want to see that new Bill and Ted's.
The new one?
Yeah, I would love to see it. I really like those movies.
Yeah, I've been thinking about watching it. But I'm also wondering if it's not one of these things that have been affected by COVID.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know.
Like, a few of the movies that have been released during COVID have been obviously suffering from
problems. But Keanu's in it. Keanu's amazing.
Anyhow.
You ever seen John Wick?
1999.
You seen John Wick?
7. What?
You've seen John Wick?
I've seen all 3 of them.
Do you love them?
I think I like the first 2 better than the third.
I bought all 3 of them as a present for my dearest wife, Professor Bam. Yep. Valentine's Day present or something? John Wick. Yep.
How'd that work out?
Good.
Okay.
I own them on Amazon. I forgot all about that. Man, I should go watch John Wick tonight. Damn, I'm so glad I said that. Okay, what's this movie? You said 99?
Office Space from 1999.
Oh, that's a great movie. Damn. Okay, I got to get the quotes out from Office Space. Office Space, do you remember when you came to visit me over in Metro Detroit? Did I play Office Space for you when you were there?
I don't know.
I played it all the time. Yeah, continue reading though, and then I'll play some quotes.
Okay. 1999 was a great year for comedy fans. South Park came to the big screen. Austin Powers returned with a bigger and bolder sequel. And there were a ton of great high-concept movies like Galaxy Quest and Being John Malkovich. And even a lot of the year's drama, like American Beauty and Fight Club, had a healthy dose of dark humor.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. But the funniest movie of the year has to be Mike Judge's Office Space.
Hello, Peter. What's happening?
We have sort of a problem here. Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry about that. I forgot.
Yeah. You see, we're putting the cover sheets on all TPS reports now before they go out. Did you see the memo about this?
Yeah, I have the memo right here. I just forgot. But it's not shipping out till tomorrow, so there's no problem.
Yeah. If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo. Okay?
Yeah, no, I have the memo. I've got it. That's right.
What's happening?
I came by here yesterday.
14 South Spanish Point. We discovered a Spanish shipwreck off the coast of
Milton.
Spain.
Hi. Could you turn that down just a little bit?
Well, I was told that I could listen to the radio at a reasonable volume from 9 to 11.
Yeah, no, I know you're allowed to. I was just thinking maybe like a, personal favor.
Well, I told Bill that if Sandra's going to listen to her headphones while she's falling, then I should be able to listen to the radio while I'm collating. So I don't see why I should have to turn down the radio because
all right, okay.
I enjoy listening at a reasonable volume.
Thanks.
From 9 to 11.
Milton.
Hi, Peter. What's happening? We need to talk about your TPS reports.
Yeah, the cover sheet, I know. Bill talked to me about it.
Yeah. Did you get that memo?
Yeah, I got the memo, and I understand the policy, and the problem is just that I forgot one time, and I've already taken care of it, so it's not even really a problem anymore.
Yeah. It's just we're putting new cover sheets on all the TPS reports before they go out now, so if you could go ahead and try to remember to do that from now on, that'd be great. All right.
Okay.
All right. I love that movie. That's why I had to play so long. I couldn't even shut it off. Once it started, I had to play it.
Yeah, well, you want to time limit the podcast, but then you want to play 10 minutes of clips.
We got 30 minutes left. Hey, we're good. We got another half hour to go. We'll take it to 2 hours today, okay? Mm-hmm. We'll take it to 2 hours, approximately. I know Professor Bam's going to come down anytime. Mm-hmm. Anytime after 30 minutes from now, so let's keep going.
Well, number 6 is The Full Monty from 1997.
Okay.
While the premise of The Full Monty makes it sound like a raunchy Hollywood comedy, it's about a bunch of out-of-work guys who put on a striptease act for some quick cash. It's actually a sobering, heartfelt dramedy touching on significant social issues and unemployment, fathers' rights, and mental health. Instead of relying on the premise alone for laughs, which would lead to a one-note movie, the humor in The Full Monty comes from the characters and the situations they're put in. Yep.
Cool, man.
I haven't seen it.
Me either.
That was what year? 97? Yeah, when that came out, I was still a bit young, so I didn't watch it, and it didn't really stay in pop culture for very long. You know what I mean?
I could pick a different movie from 97, I bet you. I bet you. What else came out in 97? Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls. Something else is funnier than that. Must be.
Well, you'll like number 5.
What's number 5?
Do you want to guess?
Dumb and Dumber?
If I say you'll like it. Huh?
Dumb and Dumber, 1994?
Yeah.
Woo!
Dumb and Dumber, 1994.
There you go.
Good job.
One of my favorite movies. Now, before you move on, let me tell you a short story about Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
When I was a kid growing up, my dad moved us to the other side of the state. I grew up in the western side of Michigan, and he moved us to the eastern side of Michigan. I went from the farm to the city, okay? And we moved into an apartment. And the thing that got me through, that made me comforted to go to sleep at night when I was torn away from my family and my friends, is every single night I would put on Dumb and Dumber. I can quote that movie from beginning to end with no problem. I have watched Dumb and Dumber over 1,000 times in my life. Okay? I played it every night, every single night. I never got bored with it. It just was comforting. It's very funny. It's a movie that you can watch, and the things make you laugh every time. Makes you laugh over and over again. Yep, that's my story. That's it. It was a huge part of my life. It was something Tom and I were always going to sleep to Dumb and Dumber. There was a time where we slept in the same room. so Tom has watched it a lot of times.
Right.
And accordingly, also, there was a movie I watched, 2 movies I would watch in the mornings before school. We would watch Terminator 2 before school every day. And then we would watch Rocky 4 before wrestling meets.
I see.
Yeah, to get all pumped up. Yep. A little bit about me.
Okay. Is it Farley or Farley?
However you want it. Potato, whatever.
Okay, the Farrelly brothers perfected their brand of absurdist, gross-out humor in 1994 with Dumb and Dumber, starring Jim Carrey in one of his defining roles, and Jeff Daniels as his perfect comic foil.
Uh-huh.
Jeff Daniels, not Daniel. Daniels.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid me. Not every gag in the movie has aged gracefully in terms of good taste, but a lot more jokes in Dumb and Dumber are timeless than the average 90s comedy, and the joke quotient is a lot higher too, harking back to the work of the Zuckers. Yep. I've never seen this next one.
What's the next one called?
Number 4, Bottle Rocket, 1996.
Never seen it. These are the funniest movies?
This is the one.
These are the funniest movies of the 90s per year? You just put a movie called Bottle Rocket above Dumb and Dumber? Why would you do that?
Can you let me speak?
No, shut up. I'm not going to let you speak. I refuse to allow this freaking moron. Who wrote this list? Dumb and Dumber is so funny. I've never even heard of Bottle Rocket. I grew up in 1996 is one of the best years of my life.
Right.
Okay, continue.
Okay, this wasn't a huge movie. This is the movie that made Luke and Owen Wilson famous. This was a small movie that made these two famous. That's what it is. Okay? And you like the Wilson brothers. You like several of their movies. So
You're breaking up a lot. Why are you breaking up so much? You're like going in and out, like you're on a computer.
I have no idea.
Oh. Okay.
For the future directorial debut, Wes Anderson made a crime comedy about a bunch of guys who want to be professional criminals and find themselves hilariously unprepared for the task. As a central trio, Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson, and Robert Musgrave bring a handful of subtle moments to the screen that capture the true hilarity of human interaction. Anderson's first movie, shot on a shoestring budget before he could afford to realize all his unique visual flair, exemplifies what's really endearing about his films: lovable characters, quintessentially human moments, and a specific sense of identity.
Okay, I've never seen it.
Yeah, the Bottle Rocket movie, I haven't seen it either.
I haven't seen it, and you just put it above Dumb and Dumber. A literal iconic movie. You put Dumb and Dumber, but every other thing I'm going to really criticize.
But I do know that it's the movie that made the Wilson brothers famous. That's all
Great,
I know
but
about
it's not above Dumb and Dumber. The person is a fucking moron. Okay? Next.
Okay. Well, you do like Owen Wilson and Wedding Crashers.
I do like them. I like the Wilson brothers. There's nothing they've ever done.
I'm glad that the movie was made, at least, because without that movie, you wouldn't know who Owen Wilson was.
There's nothing they've ever done that's funnier than Dumb and Dumber. I'm sorry. I love them.
Right. Well,
they're not funnier than Dumb and Dumber.
Bottle Rocket movie.
Dumb and Dumber is an iconic classical film.
Maybe we should watch Bottle Rocket.
We will.
Just to see.
We're going to watch it right when we're done with this podcast. I'm angry about this pick. Yeah.
Can you guess? It's from 1998. I'll just tell you 1998.
Number 3, 1998. I actually don't know. My whole world has been flipped upside down that they put Dumb and Dumber at number 6 is what was it? I don't know. What is it? Me, Myself, and Irene. Hold on. Is it? Hold on. I'm gonna guess. It's something about Mary.
No.
Okay. What is it?
I'll give you the main actor's name. Jeff Bridges.
Oh, it's my favorite movie of all time, The Dude. The Big Lebowski. It's in my top 1.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that. What number is this at?
Number 3.
I'm interested to see 2 and 1. That's a good top 3 film.
Lebowski, 1998.
That is a good top film. Okay, hold on. We got to do some Lebowski quotes. I love this movie. I love Jeff Bridges. I love The Big Lebowski. I wear Big Lebowski shirts around and stuff, and old people don't understand, and it says, like, quotes. Like, I have a shirt that says, "Careful, man, there's a beverage here." And it shows The Big Lebowski, and old people look at me weird when I wear it.
Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the fucking money, shithead?
It's down there somewhere. Let me take another look. No, don't do that. Not on the rug, man.
See what happens, Lebowski? You see what happens?
Nobody calls me Lebowski. You got the wrong guy. I'm the dude, man.
Your name's Lebowski, Lebowski. Your wife is Bunny.
My wife, Bunny? Do you see a wedding ring on my finger? Does this place look like I'm fucking married? The toilet seat's up, man.
The fuck is this?
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
Woo?
He picked up a bowling ball.
Isn't this guy supposed to be a millionaire? Fuck. Yeah, what do you think?
He looks like a fucking loser.
Hey, at least I'm housebroken.
Bums will always lose. You hear me, Lebowski? Always lose.
How was your meeting, Mr. Lebowski?
Okay. The old man told me to take any rug in the house.
Well, enjoy.
20 grand, man. And, of course, I still get to keep the rug.
Just for making the handle?
Yeah. They gave dude a beeper. Also, whenever these guys call...
What if it's during a game?
Oh, I told them if it was during league play.
What's during league play?
Life does not stop and start at your convenience, you miserable piece.
I figure... When did he start? Oh, no! Fuck!
In the limo, you son of a bitch. No argument.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
Careful, man. There's a beverage here. There it is.
You look for the person who will benefit, and,
I am the walrus.
Well, you know what I'm trying to say.
I am the walrus.
That fucking bitch. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. B.I. Lenin. Vladimir Ilyich Lenin.
What the fuck is he talking about?
Fucking exactly what happened. That makes me fucking sick.
Well, what do you care, Walter?
Those rich fucks. My point is...
Are you ready to be fucked, man? I see you roll your way into the semis. Dios mío, man. Liam and me, we're gonna fuck you up. Yeah, well, that's just like...
your opinion, man.
Your opinion, man.
What makes you uncomfortable, Mr. Lebowski?
Is that what this is a picture of?
In a sense, yes. My art has been commended as being strongly vaginal, which bothers
Just hold on. We're going to listen to a few minutes of this. This is for me. You've really touched on a subject that I love.
Let me explain something about the rug.
Do you like sex, Mr. Lebowski?
Excuse me?
Sex, the physical act of love. Coitus. Do you like it?
I was talking about my rug.
You're not interested in sex?
You mean coitus?
Take a look at this, sir.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he's a nihilist.
That wasn't her toe, dude.
Whose toe was it, Walter?
The fuck should I know?
You want a toe?
I do know that nothing about it indicates.
Yeah, the nail polish, Walter.
Get you a toe.
As if it's impossible to get some nail polish applied to someone else's toe.
Someone else? Where the fuck are they going
You
to get...
want a toe? I can get you a toe. Believe me. You don't want to know about it, believe me.
Yeah, but Walter.
Hell, I can get you towed by 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Hey, this is a private residence, man. Oh, nice marmot.
He lives in North Hollywood on Radford near the In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, the In-N-Out Burger's on Camrose.
Near the In-N-Out Burger.
Those are good burgers, Walter.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie. Anyway, we'll go there after the what have you. Embrace the kid. Should be a pushover.
We'll be near the In-N-Out Burger.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Yeah.
And also, let's not forget, dude, that keeping wildlife, an amphibious rodent for, domestic, within the city, that ain't legal either.
What are you, a fucking park ranger now?
No, I'm just trying to
Who gives a shit about the fucking marmot?
All right, that's enough. That's enough. I've decided. We could do more, but
Sit here and listen to you laugh at the whole movie every time there's a movie you like.
yeah, listen. See, it says B Money Podcast. B Money says that when B Money wants to play a clip, B Money's going to play that clip. Okay, go ahead, continue. Thank you for listening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although it wasn't appreciated upon initial release, the Coen Brothers' noir comedy, The Big Lebowski, has since found its deserved audience and is widely considered one of the best movies from the prolific writer-director-producer sibling duo. Jeff Bridges and John Goodman are both iconic in the lead roles, while briskly paced, the story moves from one hilarious scene to the next.
It's amazing. It's an amazing movie. It's a 10. It's a 10 out of 10.
Any guesses for number 2?
Tell me the year.
1993. 1993.
Oh, shit. I don't know. What is it?
Give a guess, and if you're wrong, I'll tell you the name of the lead actor.
No, I don't have a guess. I have no guess.
Bill Murray.
Okay, Bill Murray, 1993. Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good movie. I would not put that above either. Well, I wouldn't put that above The Big Lebowski, but it's a very good movie. Very good. It's definitely in the top 10. Great movie. I love Bill Murray.
Well, it's a movie that describes the whole concept that's used in tropes over and over again now.
Yep.
In TV shows and...
Should I play a short
when it
clip?
happens in a TV show, they always reference Groundhog Day.
Yep. Should I play a short clip from the movie, just like a 10-second
If you want to play
one?
a short clip, I think that would be fine.
All right, let me finish this race, or this thing. I'm almost done.
Would you like me to read before?
Start reading, and then I'll rudely interrupt you like I normally do.
No, I'm not going to start reading if I know I'm going to be rudely interrupted.
Yeah, read.
No, thank you.
Well, you read first then. You're
Okay.
wasting time. I'm not. I haven't found anything.
You're wasting time. The originator of the time loop comedy, Groundhog Day, stars Bill Murray as a selfish, cynical news reporter who finds himself endlessly reliving the most boring day of his life. Danny Rubin and Harold Ramis' screenplay brilliantly uses the novel premise for a well-rounded character arc. At first, Murray's character has fun with it, but he eventually becomes depressed by the meaninglessness of his eternal existence. The movie eventually emerges as a romance as he falls in love with his producer, played by one of the rom-com genre's greatest icons, Andy McDowell, and finds new meaning in his life.
It's a really good movie. It really is. Here, I'll play a clip. Oh, did you know Geico could save you money on car insurance? We gotta listen to an ad. When's the last time you saw Groundhog Day, Rose?
Oh.
This is a
Phil?
2.5 minute clip.
Hey, Phil? Phil Connors? Phil Connors, I thought that was you.
How you doing? Thanks for watching.
Hey. Now, don't you tell me you don't remember me, because I sure as heck fire remember you.
Not a chance.
Ned! Ryerson! Needle-nosed Ned the head. Come on, buddy. Case Western High. Ned Ryerson. I did the whistling belly button trick at the high school talent show. Bing! Ned Ryerson got the shingles real bad senior year, almost didn't graduate. Bing! Again! Ned Ryerson. I dated your sister Mary Pat a couple times till you told me not to anymore. Well?
Ned Ryerson?
Bing!
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 So did you turn pro with that belly button thing, Ned, or
No,
what?
Phil, I sell insurance.
What a shock.
Do you have life insurance? Because if you do, you could always use a little more. Am I right or am I right or am I right? Right.
Ned, I would love to stand here and talk with you, but I'm not going to.
Hey, that's all right. I'll walk with you. You know, whenever I see an opportunity now, I charge it like a bull. Ned the Bull, that's me now. You know, I got friends of mine who live and die by the actuarial tables, and I say, hey, it's all one big crapshoot anywho. Tell me, have you ever heard of single premium life? Because I think that really could be the ticket for you. Oh, God! It is so good to see you. What are you doing for dinner?
Something else. It's been great seeing you, Needlehead. Take care.
Watch out for that first step. It's a doozy.
All right, that's the clip. The Ned Ryerson scene.
Right. Did Jim Carrey steal that from Ned Ryers?
I don't know.
For his Riddler?
Don't know.
Watch out for that first step. It's a doozy.
Don't know. Don't know anything about it.
He used that line in Batman Forever.
Maybe he
when
stole
he
it.
pushed the,
And he said it really weird too.
up window.
Said it very similar to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was referencing that movie. It's hard to tell with Jim Carrey, though.
Yeah. What's next?
Anyhow.
So that was number 2?
Yeah, we've got some comments.
Comments. Elite Edge says, I've never watched it all the way through, and that was about the Big Lebowski. Elite Edge, listen, do this favor for me, okay? We're friends for a long time. Go and watch the Big Lebowski all the way through, at least 2 times straight. Just roll up a J, fatty J, or 2 or 10. Smoke and watch the movie. You will thank me.
If you can sit through, and I know you have, Harold and Kumar or Clerks, you can sit through the Big Lebowski, dude.
Oh my gosh, it's such a great movie. Okay. And then Elite Edge says, I watched Groundhog Day at the beginning of December. And Rose Clarity says, which movie haven't you watched through?
I was asking which one he was referring to in his previous comment.
Oh, that's about the Big Lebowski.
Speaking of Groundhog Day, do you feel there's a common sentiment that a lot of people feel like they're living through Groundhog Day with this whole COVID situation?
Well, people are idiots mostly. For me, I've been living. I've been living this sort of lifestyle for a while.
2 weeks. This was supposed to be 2 weeks.
No, it was never going to be 2 weeks.
Like
no, it was never going to be 2 weeks.
The longest 2 weeks.
Nope.
Ever.
It was never going to be 2 weeks. That's nonsense. So
but that's what it was initially supposed to be.
I've been married to Professor Bam for quite a while, and Professor Bam has had us on social distancing lockdown for like 13 years. So I work from home. We get food and bring it home. When we go out to restaurants, we don't sit by people or eat by them. We don't really go out with friends. I'm trying to change that. There's times where I can, but most of the time it's like COVID lockdown. So while everybody else is going stark raving mad, we're just doing the same shit we normally do.
Right.
Yep, it's true.
Well,
all this means for people that have social anxiety is they don't have to go see people. They probably actually appreciate it. They probably enjoy it.
Well,
yep.
There's that aspect, but there's also the aspect that our economy is probably not doing so well as a result.
Well, thank you, President Robidoux.
A lot of people have been going without work.
They have been. I just saw that they cut 11,000 jobs by canceling the Keystone XL pipeline. And then I watched every single fact-checking site on the far left, factcheck.org, all of them, all the staples, all the really trusted fact-checking sites, then proceeded to say that that's not true. Or they said those jobs are only part-time, a lot of them. They're only going to be 6 months to a year. Well, do you know what a construction job is? That's what that is. Construction jobs. There's a lot of construction that's going to go down. Also, where do you think the materials come from when you build a pipeline? When all the steel is made in the USA and all the materials are coming from here, there's a lot of jobs tied to that who knows if they'll be... Are those people going to be laid off because the contract's canceled? I don't know.
Right.
Yep, I don't know.
On the Edge says, I've enjoyed everyone keeping their distance from me. LOL. Anyway, let's get on with the list. And I don't know if I don't know if this belongs here, but we're at number 1.
Yeah.
And while this is a funny movie, I don't know if it belongs on this list even.
Well, it seems like people that make lists are not very smart most of the time.
Anyhow, for number 1, we have Toy Story, 1995.
No, it doesn't belong. It's not even close to being there. It's a funny movie. It's a cute, nice movie. I watched it with my grandmother when it came out in the theater. I was in 6th grade or something. We went together. It was a wonderful time. It is not above any of the movies. None. Well, some of the ones that I've never seen before, I can't really comment on. This person, who is this person? Are they a child? How did they make this list? They do realize that Last Action Hero came out in 1994, right? And that's a comedy.
Yeah, Last Action Hero is hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. What was the year? What was the year of this one? I'm sorry, I might have said the wrong one.
Someone named Ben Sherlock wrote this.
What year did Toy Story come out?
94, I believe. Wait, hold on.
94 was Dumb and Dumber, so it must be 95.
95.
Okay, so...
I'll read this thing and we'll be done with this bullshit. Pixar made history with Toy Story, the first ever feature-length computer-animated movie, but the studio didn't rest entirely on that milestone. Which really makes it a masterpiece, is that its characters are relatable, despite being made of plastic, and its story is perfectly structured. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen developed the kind of on-screen chemistry seldom seen in animation by recording their lines together and building a real rapport, something that has carried through to all 4 of the main movie's main sequels.
I love Toy Story. It's a very good movie.
I feel like
it shouldn't be on this list.
This is some bullshit.
Yeah, this list is nonsense. We just wasted our time. But we didn't, because we got to think about The Big Lebowski. Just the fact that we got to bring up The Big Lebowski has made this list worth it.
Right. Huh.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Hey, that was perfect.
What movies should have been on this list? Can you think of any that you think should have been on the
There's
list?
a whole bunch of them.
Not necessarily in any order.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them, but they're from the 90s, so... I mean, there's a lot of movies. There's a lot of funny movies. Dumb and Dumber's on there. That's great. Most Jim Carrey movies were extremely funny in the 90s. Yeah. They were very funny. I liked Ace Ventura. But I was a kid. Kids love it. I would put that above Toy Story. There's a lot of funny movies. The Mask is funny. Jim Carrey owned the 90s. He was the owner of that decade.
Yeah.
What funny... You name a couple. Name one for me. Name a funny movie.
Comedies from the 90s?
Yeah, anything. Name anything. It'll get our brains working. Mine doesn't work unless it starts to get primed.
My brain isn't working.
Any movie.
Well,
a movie from the
Liar,
90s
Liar.
is Independence Day, Will Smith.
Independence Day wasn't a comedy.
It was kind of funny, though. A movie from the 90s is Men in Black, Will Smith.
Was that 99?
No, it was before it was the summer that I left to leave West Michigan. That must have been 97, 98 maybe, I don't know. Summer 98. Name some movies. It'll get your brain working.
My brain isn't working.
Robin Williams. Did Robin Williams not have Mrs. Doubtfire in the 90s?
Oh yeah, Mrs.
Why is that
Doubtfire,
not? Why is that not on this list?
Jack was a funny movie.
Yeah, Robin Williams is hilarious. Where's his movies? Why is there not a single Robin Williams movie?
Yeah, I feel like maybe part of this list is propaganda.
Yeah, part of it.
I think Disney Pixar paid him.
Okay, so we know for sure that almost every Good Will Hunting is a very funny movie. It's a very great movie all around, but like
I didn't find that movie funny. I found it very depressing.
there's some comedy in it. Yep. He makes me laugh. Matt Damon's funny in that movie. Yeah, there's so many good 90s movies. Those Batman movies that were terrible with George Clooney, those were funny.
Biodome.
Those were funny because they're so bad.
Encino Man.
Yeah, they're bad.
Encino Man.
Yeah, I love Encino Man. Yep. Encino Man's fantastic. Hey, Pauly Shore. When's Pauly Shore here? Coming soon. Hey, Bam.
Right.
When's Pauly Shore going to be here? I sent you the email. Yeah, if we can get tickets, let's go. Yeah, Pauly Shore's movies in the 90s were amazing. What was that one where he went to the farm? What was that one called?
Son-in-Law.
Son-in-Law. Super funny.
Son-in-Law
Oh my gosh.
Movie. It's hilarious.
Elite Edge Friday. Oh my gosh, Elite Edge. Thank you. 1999. Friday. That is so funny. That is so funny.
Men in Tights,
They were
Major Pain, Half Baked, Liar Liar.
Major Pain.
Looked up popular comedies from the 90s.
Yeah. No, Major Pain is on my list. Major Pain. And I'm going to meet and see Damon. I'm going to meet and see Damon Wayans in like a few weeks. I said this to you already, but I'm super hyped.
Yeah. 1995's Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy, Black Sheep, all the Chris Farley movies. Yep.
Father of the Bride was 91.
Billy Madison.
Happy Gilmore, 96.
Happy, yep, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. What year was the Bobby Boucher?
I think that was 2000.
Are you sure?
I think it was on the other side of the yeah, it might have been. I don't know though, for a fact. Night of the Roxbury was 98.
Yeah, that's a good one. What other Will Ferrell's?
Sister Act was 92, and you'd think if it's some sort of propaganda, they'd have shoved that on the list.
Yeah, they didn't. No, because they didn't even do Friday. We didn't get diversity and inclusion. Friday is amazing.
Right.
Friday is amazing. A great movie. Debo, the uncle. Yep. What a great movie. I know I want to watch Friday. That's all I want to do now, Justin. Damn you. I've changed it. I want to watch
Bottle Rocket, remember?
Yeah, I want to watch Friday. Yep.
Why wasn't The Mask on the damn list? That's 94.
The Mask is great.
Yeah. No, Men in Black was 97. You're right about that.
Uh-huh.
Problem Child was 1990. That was pretty funny.
Men in Black was funny. I said it. Yeah, Problem Child's funny. Wayne's World, that was on the list. That was number what? Number 7 or something?
Right. Multiplicity, 1996. That's a good movie with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I love Michael Keaton. That is a good movie.
With starring Michael Keaton, Michael Keaton, and Michael Keaton.
See, Michael Keaton's funny.
Right. That movie needs a fucking sequel. Where are they now?
Man, you know what? Because we're not... Let's do the 2000s next.
True Lies was 94.
That's a funny movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Tom Arnold. Tom Arnold, Roseanne's ex-husband. Very funny in that movie. Arnold is very funny.
Rush Hour was 98.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that
Why
movie.
the fuck are they putting Scream in here as a comedy?
Scream's kind of funny.
Anyhow. The Cable Guy, 96.
Cable Guy's very funny. Yep.
The Cable Guy is what Christian Bale's Batman voice always reminds me of.
Yeah.
Because I don't understand how people don't recognize that he has a fucking lisp throughout that whole fucking movie.
I recognize it. I noticed it.
He's fucking lispy.
I noticed it. What are you, homophobic?
Not.
Are you homophobic?
Batman to be lispy.
A lot of homosexual men talk with a lisp. Don't be homophobic.
It's not fitting of Batman to be lispy.
Oh, I don't know.
I never thought he had the chin to pull off Batman either. But anyhow.
The chin, and who does? George Clooney?
Ew. I don't think George Clooney did not make a good Batman. I like him in other movies, but he didn't make a good Batman at all.
Yeah, he was good in Reno 911. That was a good one. So if we go to comedies of the 2000s, let's skip this now. Comedies of the 2000s, one of the first movies that I watched with my beautiful, lovely, amazing, best in the world wife before we were married, that totally drew us together, starred my neighbor, and I'm not going to say, starred a neighbor, Wreck-It Ralph. Okay. Didn't we already talk about this? My neighbor? Did we talk about this on the pod or before the pod?
Yeah, earlier.
Before the pod or on the pod? Nobody's going to know where you live. So anyways, we live by John C. Reilly. So this movie starred John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell, and it's called Talladega Nights. Yep, Talladega Nights. And Bam and I, my most beautiful, wonderful wife who makes me the happiest. You hearing that, Bam? Yep, we would quote that movie back and forth. We fell in love watching Talladega Nights. Put a crack in my arm like the crack in the Liberty Bell. Yep, it is definitely on my top list of movies of the 2000s, comedies. There's so many good ones. Yep, so many.
The Waterboy.
Waterboy's not from the 90s. Waterboy's
comedies from the 2000s.
What year was Waterboy?
Oh, I'm not certain.
I thought that was like 99 or something like that. Maybe it's like 02. I have no idea. Adam Sandler ruled the 90s and early 2000s.
Shit, that was 98. That was 98.
98,
so no,
there you go.
2000s comedy.
Yep.
You're right.
Waterboy should definitely be on the funniest comedies list. Pretty much all the Adam Sandler movies kick the shit out of most of the ones that are on that list.
Right.
Yep. Go around, boo-boo. My dog's gonna knock the microphone
There's not even
over.
an Adam Sandler movie on that whole list.
Go. Go. Hold on, I had to pick the microphone up. My dog was gonna knock everything down. Get up there. Get up on your couch.
Idiocracy is from 2006.
Get up there. Up. Up.
Everyone should see Idiocracy at least once in their
Good
life.
girl. Stella
That's
hurt
an
her.
important movie.
Stella hurt her foot today. She was playing around, and there was like a box, and she stepped on it on the slick floor, and she slipped, and now her legs hurt. Lay down, girl. So that's all she wanted yesterday when she was hollering at us. She just wanted to sit on the couch. She likes to listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
For the millions in attendance, and the billions watching round the world. Let's get ready to rumble.
We got a couple new comments. You want to read them?
Yeah, I'm bi-curious about the new Batman movie coming out. Rose Clarity says, Buck thinks it's going to be trash. I'm willing to give it a chance. No. Did you not hear me on the podcast? I said it looks ridiculous, but I'm going to watch it, and it could be good. Okay, it does look ridiculous. Have you seen the trailer, Elite Edge?
Yeah.
If you haven't, go watch the trailer.
Yeah, he's seen it. He's seen it. I know for a fact he's seen it.
How do you know?
Because I posted it when it first came out, and he responded.
Posted it where?
On the one that you're not allowed on anymore.
Fascist book? How dare you reference that?
You were on there at the time I did it, so. Yeah.
Yeah, the Edward Cullen Batman.
You were still on the Facebook then. Anyhow, speaking of Batman, I've got some more news on the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League.
The Snyder cut, huh? Yeah, give me that news.
Okay. I've got news from
Should our podcast be called Rose Reads the News?
I read the clickbait so you don't have to.
Give me a Rose Read. We're going to call them Rose Reads. Rose Read, please.
No, let's not call it that. But anyhow.
We're going to call it a Rosa Read. Rosa Read, like a rosary, but Rosa Read. Yeah.
That sounds really lame.
Rosa, give us a read, Rosa. Do it.
Cut it.
Do it.
Cut it.
Boom.
Cut it.
Boom. Oh, one of on my list of comedies from the 2000s, and I don't remember what year, so that I might be way off, but Couples Retreat. Alexa, what year is Couples Retreat from?
A.R. Rahman released the album Couples Retreat in 2009.
That's not what I'm asking. Son of a... Anyway, so that's a great movie. What were you saying? Article, Justice, Snyder's cuts.
Yeah, okay. We've got an article from Screen Rant by Brad Kieran from 8 hours ago.
Oh, that's fresh. That's a fresh tomato.
And his article is titled Justice League, How Zack Snyder's Cut is So Much Longer Than Whedon's. Because if you remember, you were like, how the hell is it going to be 4 hours?
Yeah.
Well, we've got an article that tells you how. The Justice League Snyder Cut will arrive with a very long running time of 4 hours, and there are very few reasons for why it's such a long movie.
Mm-hmm.
Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to carry a very long run time of 4 hours, twice as long as Joss Whedon's theatrical cut. Once thought to be buried forever in the aftermath of Justice League's very troubled reshoots and box office failure, the Snyder Cut ended up beating what many thought were very slim odds of actually being released, and is scheduled to arrive on HBO Max sometime this coming March. It's also making history in another way, with its colossal 4-hour runtime.
Fantastic.
The Snyder Cut... Huh?
I said fantastic. That's what we all need is a 4-hour runtime. We like to binge things. So 4 hours is good. The longer the better.
Okay. The Snyder Cut was already known to be quite lengthy, coming out at a slightly shorter 214 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It's hardly uncommon for today's comic book movies to run in excess of hours, with the Avengers Endgame even bearing a lengthy 3-hour runtime. Even in that context, Zack Snyder's version of the formation of DC's most famed team of heroes is going to come with a runtime on the level of the extended version of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Just one of several similarities they share. While the Snyder's Cut's very long runtime might have taken many by surprise, it's actually not that shocking when one looks over both Zack Snyder's own history as a filmmaker, along with the extremely strained process it's been for his version of the film to actually be released. Putting it side by side with the theatrical cut of the movie, it's even more clear that the Snyder Cut was always going to carry a runtime in the epic arena. This is another header. It's not
Tell me
headline,
again.
It's like a big header, though.
Help me with this. Why again did Snyder not finish the movie? What was the problem?
Something happened with his daughter.
Okay, and the movie theater, the movie companies just decided, F you, even though you're the genius behind this, we'll let some other guy do it, and that guy ruined it.
It was a combination of that, and he left.
He just left. Which I can understand. Imagine if like your family was in trouble. You might have to leave.
I think his daughter died.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
That's what happened.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Mr.
We've
Snyder.
seen very little of Snyder's footage in the Whedon version. Something that can't be stressed enough when it comes to the Snyder Cut is the fact that it's not a typical example of what would be called a director's cut. Despite studio assurances after Snyder's department that the Joss Whedon-directed reshoots were minor and that Justice League would remain in the movie Snyder had set to make out, the theatrical cut made clear that that was hardly the case. As the years have passed, examinations of the movie by both fans and journalists have revealed more and more about how little of Snyder's footage was actually retained for it. The director of photography, Fabian Wagner, has also confirmed that the Snyder footage used in the theatrical only represents a fraction of what was actually filmed. Even then, color grading, music changes, scene shifts, and other alterations means the Snyder footage that was in the theatrical version is markedly different from how it will be presented in the Snyder Cut. This is also just the beginning of unpacking why the Snyder Cut is so much longer than the theatrical version of Justice League.
That's amazing. I can't.
Snyder's additional photography added 4 to 5 minutes on top of unseen footage.
Where can we watch this? When's it coming out, and how can I watch it?
HBO Max in March and possible theaters.
So it sounds like they're going to trick us into getting HBO Max.
Probably.
Or you'll just rip it using some technology that I don't have.
I don't know.
Yep, just make sure you send it to me too. Send me the link.
It's not that easy these days. Okay. In early 2020, speculation that the Snyder Cut could actually be released began to massively ramp up when Snyder revealed a contest to have a fan on set for Zack Snyder's Justice League additional photography. At the time, Snyder facetiously, I knew that word, but I couldn't
Fastidiously? Did you mean fastidiously? Was the word fastidious or fastidiously?
Facetiously.
Facetiously or fastidiously?
Facetiously.
I don't know that word.
Facetiously. Anyway, describe such filming as
Titular.
unlikely and purely speculative. On the slate, and even after the Snyder Cut was officially announced, there was reportedly no further filming that had been greenlit. Nevertheless, the additional photography was officially announced in late 2020, but what really made the world take notice was what Snyder intended to add into the film. Among the cast members confirmed to have returned for the pickups was Joe Manganiello. I can never say his name right, as Deathstroke.
Okay.
But the real kicker was the unexpected return of Jared Leto, reprising his role as the Joker from Suicide Squad. Oh shit. Hopefully it's better than Suicide Squad.
Jared Leto is in the movie.
Well, maybe Snyder's gonna have him redeem himself in the. Yeah, who knows?
I don't know, man.
Okay. Let me catch my breath.
That was funny.
The additional scenes will seemingly take place at least partially during the nightmare future seen in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, while it will contribute to the Snyder Cut's lengthy runtime. Snyder himself has confirmed that the additional filming will only add approximately 4 to 5 minutes to the movie. Though this is a comparatively negligible addition to the hours of other unseen footage, the notion of more Deathstroke and Joker has already made the added footage one of the most anticipated aspects of the Snyder Cut. With the Snyder Cut having previously sat at 214 minutes, the additional filming only adding another 4 or 5 could suggest that Snyder may also be pulling the other 5-hour assembly cut to get it into an even 4 hours, although this would probably simply extend scenes that were already present, and there is most assuredly a lot to add to. Going back to a direct comparison between Justice League theatrical cut and Snyder Cut, literally hours of footage shot by Snyder was completely abandoned by the version that hit theaters. A major contributor to this was the studio-mandated 2-hour runtime, which already ensured that huge chunks of Snyder footage was never going to make it into the studio-approved version. Once the reshoots were underway and the new footage filmed by Whedon was inevitably going to downsize the Snyder footage used in the theatrical cut even more.
And we don't like Whedon, right? We don't like Whedon, we like Snyder. Is this what we're going about?
I like Whedon, but I don't like him on this movie. This movie was one of those things where it's too many cooks in the kitchen. That's all I'm saying about it. But I like Joss Whedon in other things, you know?
What other things?
Like, he did the Avengers movies justice, and, like, you know me, I like Buffy. So, Joss Whedon's cool by my book, but, he's not always right. And this wasn't initially his movie, so, I mean, it's too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I don't know where all these mosquitoes came from. They're swarming me right now. Where on earth?
Yeah.
It's like I'm being punked. There was rocks in the thing, now there's mosquitoes coming at me. What is going on with me? What's going on in here tonight?
I don't know.
I'm about to do a Chris Farley and go psycho.
I've got more to read.
Elite Edge says, Batmans don't sparkle. Getting a head start. And then he says his daughter committed suicide. After that, he decided to take a step back and concentrate on things in life. Hey, thank you, Elite Edge. Appreciate it. Continue, Rose.
Okay. Whedon also reportedly contributed approximately 80 new script pages, with one script page understood to comprise roughly a minute's worth of screen time, making around an hour and 20 minutes of the theatrical cut a product of the reshoot. With an entire 4-hour epic movie on the way, the Snyder Cut is going to be almost entirely comprised of both never-before-seen footage, as well as footage used in the theatrical cut, now being showcased in the manner that it was originally meant to be. All of that leads right into the biggest question of all, which is why the Snyder Cut is such a long movie in the first place. Oh, you're finally getting to the point of your article, are you? What makes the Snyder Cut so much longer? The Snyder Cut running 4 hours is altogether shocking, considering Snyder's predilection for extended runtimes.
Hold on, what was it? Hold on, what was that word? What was that word you said? I didn't make it out.
Predilection.
Predilection? I'm not as smart as these people. Can you put that word in the comments so I can look it up and see how do I use this word? I write, I read, I don't know what that word is.
If you want to look it up right now.
No, I don't. I want you to keep reading.
I believe the meaning is close to the word affinity.
Okay, continue.
Okay. Particularly in superhero movies, Snyder has even commented that he at first thought that Warner Brothers' 2-hour mandate was a joke. Looking at what is known about the Snyder Cut in advance of its release, there are a few areas of the film that likely are significant contributors to the runtime, with the much longer history lesson, this time featuring Darkseid being one of them. Snyder has also spoken of Cyborg's central role in this version of the film, so it stands to reason that a considerable amount of the movie will be devoted to Victor Stone's backstory and his process of gradually understanding his newfound powers. Aquaman and the Flash's own backstories will probably similarly be major elements in the film, and likewise for Superman's resurrection and the greater role of the Nightmare, complete with the aforementioned new material with Deathstroke and the Joker. Furthermore, the League's climactic battle with Steppenwolf and the Parademon army seems likely to play out like 3 action scenes in one. Both Man of Steel and Batman v Superman devoted their entire third acts to a series of set pieces that built upon one another. It would stand to reason that Snyder would carry this over into Justice League. It's already known that the climax involves an unhinged Superman, as per storyboard artist Jay Oliva, and Barry Allen's first chronological act of time travel.
He runs so fast he goes back in time.
Other big elements, huh?
The Flash can run so fast he can time travel.
Yeah, okay. I thought you didn't give a fuck about the Flash. Shut up.
I do. I mean, I had all the comic books. You read them.
Okay. Among numerous other big elements, compared to what was essentially a more standard issue final fight in the theatrical cut, it wouldn't be surprising if the entire last hour of the Snyder Cut is more or less a series of big action scenes that collectively comprise the League's final battle with Steppenwolf. The Snyder Cut is going to be on the longer side of movie runtimes, but it's not going to be a 4-hour film for its own sake. With a small percentage of Snyder footage in the theatrical cut, Snyder's original intentions for the movie, and his efforts to add more to what was already there, the Snyder Cut carrying an unusually long run time for a superhero movie is frankly to be expected. The process of making it a reality has been its own epic journey, for both Snyder himself and fans who push for it with such determination, so it's not all that surprising that finally sitting down and watching Snyder's Justice League in March itself is going to be an epic journey with a runtime to match.
Level 90. Level 90?
Finally done with that damn article.
Oh, that was a long article. Holy smokes.
That was a long-ass article.
But you know what? It was worth it because I think...
the Snyder Cut of fucking articles, man.
It was the Snyder Cut of articles. It was.
For 4 hours.
But here's the thing. I think we all... You, me, Elite Edge, and anybody else who watches this, most people are going to be interested in that. We all want to see this movie. It sounds amazing. I can't wait to see it. I can't. You said it March?
I don't think you've even seen the Joss Whedon theatrical version of Justice League.
I don't know if I have or not. I can't remember.
We saw Batman v Superman in the theater.
Ooh, we did. Hey, that was awesome. That was cool.
I don't think you ever saw the Justice League movie when it came out.
I don't know. What was the premise of it?
All these things that people have issues with, you have no clue about. You haven't seen it.
I don't know if I have or not. And tell me about the plot of the movie.
The plot of the movie is all over the fucking place.
Okay.
And it doesn't always seem like it fits itself. And you can tell that it was, it came from different places. Like, it feels like it's puzzle pieced together. Pieces of movies that don't fit together, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. Even if I had seen it, Rose, I won't be able to remember. I have a head injury. It's hard for me to remember a lot of things when it comes to this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Elite Edge says the movie was lacking so much. Yeah, and like I said, it felt like it was kind of like scenes slapped together. Like sometimes they didn't seem right, they didn't fit right. The pace was weird, like you'd feel like it was going to go into one, the feeling of the pace of the movie was weird. Different things were weird about that movie, and then you got to deal with Superman walking around looking like Shrek.
Why did he look like Shrek?
Because of, Mission Impossible. I think it was Mission Impossible.
Oh, that was that. You know what? I've seen a little bit of this. It was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he had a mustache, right?
You probably saw a lot of the still pictures of it.
He had a mustache.
I think I sent you some GIFs.
Yeah.
Or GIFs, or whatever you call them.
Yeah, you know what? I'm very, very interested to see this movie. That's something I need in my life. Just like I need more Beetlejuice movies, I need to see this 4-hour Justice League movie. The Snyder Cut. We've been talking about the Snyder Cut privately, you and I, for years. You've been telling me about it. Yeah. Yep, I'm excited to see it.
Perhaps we should talk you into a possible HBO Max this summer when you're here.
Oh, of course, for sure. We should get it. Get it and watch it. Get it for the month.
Right.
We'll figure out a way. Yeah, or when I'm there, even better. But if it comes out in March, man, we might need to watch it in March.
Perhaps.
Yeah, so it's been a fantastic pod. What else you got? Anything else you want to talk about today?
I don't have any articles, but we could always do some talking.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we just been talking anyways. Yeah, what you want to talk about? Here's what's going to happen. Because I can shut this off, we're just going to keep talking. That's all we do.
Right.
We shut off the pod because then I start getting ready. I got to get... What time is it, first of all? Tell me that.
2:34. We're a little bit over time.
Oh, man. She's... My beautiful, lovely wife wants me to...
Damn Justice League article. It ran on forever and ever.
Well, luckily our pod went to 2 hours and 18 minutes so far. So, I mean, here's what we can do. You guys can subscribe and pay $99 to our mug club, and then we will we'll get a phone call going that you guys can just listen in on. Because our phone calls after this.
I don't know if Elite Edge heard the update, but Crowder's going to be back on February 1st, speaking of which.
Yep.
So, there's an update.
Cool. It's always a pleasure spending the evenings with you now, Elite Edge. It's cool to have you in the network. It's cool that you can just click onto your YouTube and join us. And now we're talking about weird stuff, and you're part of the fam. It's really cool, man.
He says the Justice League movie needs to be at least 4 hours long. DC has a deeper, more involved, and darker storylines. Yeah. Yep.
Good points.
Yep.
Good points all around. I would
The thing is, when I kept hearing, when that movie was in production, and I kept on hearing that they were shortening the runtime, I was like, why? I've got no problem sitting for 4 hours watching a Justice League movie.
I think
honestly, I'm at the point where movies aren't enough for me anymore. Like, an hour's worth of a movie does not do enough storytelling for me. That's why I'm preferring TV shows.
Yep.
More than movies these
But a
days.
4-hour movie will do it. We just need to make sure there's like intermissions. Like a 4-hour movie's perfect. Here's what the movie theaters need to do. Don't be stupid. Let 4-hour movies, 6-hour movies, let this stuff happen and then just have 15, 20-minute intermissions. You'll sell so much popcorn. You'll sell so much candy. These people will be spending $100 at your movie theater. Let this stuff happen and think about it. Use your brains.
If we could go see this, we've got a drive-in theater nearby us.
Mm-hmm.
Not too nearby, but a drivable distance. It would be great to go see this at the drive-in.
If they got it in the summer, let's do it.
Right.
Let's take the Ozarks fan.
Right now it seems like, because the drive-in used to be not necessarily brand new movies, but kind of like a little bit after the way the theaters would have the brand new movies for a while. They'd have them a little bit after. You know, like kind of on a delay.
Mm-hmm.
But now with COVID, the drive-in theater is getting a lot of movies like current. You know.
Yep.
Elite Edge says the Netflix series are better than most movies now because of the storytelling. Yeah, that's what I keep telling Buck. Is those Netflix Marvel series were fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
and it's because they can stretch it out and tell a movie story, but with so much more detail over 10 episodes.
Speaking
instead of like
the series I'm going to start watching with you. You said you just started it. Is what's it called? It's on Disney Plus. It's a Marvel series on Disney Plus. I'm going to start watching.
WandaVision.
I'm going to start watching WandaVision with you soon, like within days. We're going to start watching that show together. Yep.
It's a show. So far, it's not that involved, but it's a show. It's worth watching, kind of. I mean, it's not painful to watch, but it's also not very I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Well, we'll watch it and see, won't we?
It's kind of. I watched episode 3, and it kind of starts to pick up, but
we'll see.
It's an odd thing. It's not. It's not something that it's like this is so exciting, you know. But like I said, it's not something that's painful to watch or anything. It's just a show, you know.
Yep. I'm looking forward to watching it.
I can't give an absolutely glowing review of it because it's not really that special.
Yeah, but if you have,
also not really that bad.
if you're able to watch Disney Plus, so we can watch that together, and then there's a whole bunch of Marvel movies that we can watch together.
Yeah.
And catch up on everything. It'll be fun. We should do that.
Well, the Marvel movies, the Marvel shows that we're talking about were on Netflix.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of them on the Disney Plus, the Marvel movies, so you have that.
There's a Marvel show that's on Disney Plus that isn't terrible, and it's The Runaways.
Yeah, we'll check. We're gonna check them all out. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna shut the pod down. It's been fantastic. You guys are amazing. Rose, you did a great job doing a lot of reading. I don't know how your voice gets through it. You literally do so much talking, reading these long articles. Man, amazing job. You entertain me. You keep me thinking, keep me on my toes. I appreciate it. And thank you, Elite Edge, for stopping by. And anybody who watches this later, subscribe, like. What are all the things they got to do, Rose? They got to hit the notification bell.
Subscribe, like, hit the notification
Subscribe,
bell.
like, and leave us a comment.
Share it.
Yeah, comment if you're listening to this and you go from the.
Be sure to comment because we like to know you've been here.
Yeah, and if you're listening from the beginning and you get to hear all the different weird stuff we talked about, this is a podcast. This is not just you click in to watch some snowboarding or a video game. We're doing a real podcast. We're reading you cool stuff. We're just doing it with this premise because it's a hell of a lot more fun to watch a video game or whatever than to watch some guy with a microphone in front of his mouth like he's going to deep throat it. Okay? It's true. It's true. So subscribe.
Hit other podcasters, you're nowhere near deep-throating your microphone.
Right, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave us some comments, leave us some messages. We love it. And thank you for letting us be a part of your life. With that said, Benona Bug number 14, we out.